and we're live. I'm joined here with Andrew LONGRON. How's it going, Andrew?
What's going on, man?
So you're a popular TikToker, and I came across you. What was it? It was the video where you were talking about how people don't ignore their phones. There's no such thing as bad texters.
Yeah, that video is actually directed right at one of my friends, and I think it took them probably 3 weeks before anybody even caught on and sent it to him.
What did he say?
It's actually a her. She's terrible at texting. Oh my gosh, it's bad. We'll stop a conversation and then she'll just pick it back up 2 weeks later like it never stopped. And all she pretty much said was like, "Is this about me?" And I said, "Shots fired."
Yeah. That was funny. And so yeah, I came across that one and I went through a little bit more. I was like, this guy's funny. And then he went through you had one about you got a package from China and it had the coronavirus on the bubble wrap. That one was funny too.
Yeah, with that one, I actually got a little bit of hate from that one. People can get a little rude when it comes to. I don't try to be too touchy with race and stuff like that. So
right,
but yeah, I just kept seeing all these memes on Facebook and everybody talking about bubble wrap, and I was like, you know what, this would be a perfect video. And I was like, this is so true, you know?
Yeah. People are freaked out by the coronavirus, man.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to Thailand in 2 weeks, and our connecting flight was in China. And they canceled our flights. We had to completely rebook everything.
Oh, dude. Yeah. Where are you going through now?
Qatar.
Oh, wow.
They completely flipped us to the other side.
That's crazy. That's really crazy. So when did you start doing TikTok?
November 1st, 2019.
November 1st, 2019.
So I am just over 90 days in.
What do you think so far?
I think TikTok is the perfect platform. I've tried Facebook, Instagram. I've tried spoof accounts like YouTube funny videos and different Instagram accounts. Nothing's ever really worked for me. And then being a videographer, I really didn't have that outlet. And YouTube's kind of saturated unless you're very, very, very specific to something like a certain niche. And then TikTok, I mean, at my job, we all just kind of like make fun of each other anyway. So it just kind of happened. And I was like, you know what? This is awesome. And I just kind of just went with it, you know. Typically what I do and with my content is everything that's trending, I just try to relate it to real life situations. Okay. Versus like the dances that everybody does, stuff like that. Like I just kind of try to go around that, and it seems to be working.
Yeah, dude. No, you're hilarious in it. And I went through a little bit more, and I saw you were an extra in Endgame. How crazy is that?
Yes, that was insane. Believe it or not, those uniforms are not comfortable.
Really?
That was 2 full days of filming, 16-hour days, and I got a second and a half, 2 seconds on camera.
Yeah.
But I'm a huge Marvel fan, so even that, I'm blessed just with that, you know.
Yeah, dude, that's incredible, man. Not many people can say that, especially the very last one, like Iron Man 3 or something like that'd be random, but like the Endgame.
That's the last one Stan Lee was in. Like,
yeah.
I had a lot of people ask me, and then a lot of people didn't know how easy it was to be a background actor because of that video. And what really amazed me, that was my first TikTok to create a sound that multitudes of people were using because they didn't have it.
Yeah.
I talked to several people. So I go through all my sounds. I check everything. And people were very just enthusiastic because, all right, this is the perfect thing I've been wanting to do. I just didn't have it.
Right.
You know, and, man, that's exciting. I like watching that stuff.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Is that your favorite Marvel movie?
Endgame, I like Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok was pretty funny. It was a little bit different from the whole scheme of things. Endgame is just, man, that's deep. It's emotional. There's a lot going on in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like you had a bunch of relationships with all these people, and then it was just tied it up, and it was just like, oh man, this is the end.
Man, it's like 21 movies or something like that. And I think every single person, if you didn't walk out of there with tears, you're not a Marvel fan.
Right. Dang, man. So that was really cool. That was just by chance I found that. It was just like, because I really like the Amazon package one too, where it's like your wife's spending too much. And I went through that one, and then I saw the movie one. I was like, oh, that's awesome, dude.
We get Amazon packages like every 2 days, every 3 days. Like, you know what? I'm making a video over this, and my wife thinks it's funny because every time she like makes fun of me about something, I turn around and make a TikTok about it. Like last night, I made one. She was making fun of me on her Snapchat yesterday, and then I turned right back around and made a TikTok last night, and then I've already got like almost 70,000 views on it. She like just she scalds me. She's like, "You're using me for your clout," and I was like, "No, it's just funny."
Yeah, you're just using real life.
So, but yeah, actually, I had TikTok in my phone for 2 months before I ever even opened an account. And then once I opened an account, a week later, I started making videos, and here I am.
That's cool, man. Did it? How'd you come across it?
Man, I kept seeing it's kind of like when Vine was out, you would see the compilations across Instagram and Facebook, and I kept seeing it, and I kept seeing it, the TikTok videos, and I'm like, man, what is this? You know? And I opened it, I was like, because I never had Vine because it was too short. I kind of looked at it, I was like, I'm not gonna mess with it. Uh, I got bored one night at work, and I literally just opened it up. And I was, man, I'm not doing nothing. I'll just take a look at it. And I was like, 2 hours later, I'm like, I can't get off of this app.
Yeah, it's addicting. It's highly addictive.
It's very, very addictive. And I went through a small spill last year of like just not doing anything. I do videography and photography and other stuff. Well, I kind of got rubbed wrong a little bit, so I just kind of quit everything. The spark of creativity that TikTok will put in somebody is a whole nother level. Like I just like people watch it for the funny videos and stuff. The amount of creativity that is on that app, and then from people who, what amazes me is like with Instagram, you either have a following or you don't. Like there's really no in between. You really got to work super hard to get noticed, and a lot of times, if you're not like, let's just be honest, if you're not like real pretty or something like that, somebody's probably not going to find you. But with TikTok, it can be anybody and have an awesome video, awesome following because you're creative, and that's what I really like about it.
Yeah. So yeah, you can capture humor. You can use trends with music. You can use so many things, and yeah, all those variables make it really a great outlet to be just creative. And so one of my favorite things is just going through randomly or like doing hashtags. And I was talking to a buddy of mine. He's a police officer, and I came across it was like hashtag canine. So then you get police officers using their canine units, and it's dark at night, and then they turn on their sirens and their lights and everything, and then they let the canines loose, and they have them run at the camera, and all you can see is the glowing eyes. And it's like one of the most terrifying videos ever, but it's just so cool that like even police officers adopt it too.
I have a good friend who's a police officer, so I completely agree with that. The outlet for TikTok is literally everybody. It's
Yeah.
um, I have seen a spark in my photography in the last few months. It's completely changed the game because of TikTok, and it's short, quick, catches your eye, whatever it's doing. It's funny you say something about hashtags because I get asked a lot of the time. I started a Facebook group for content creation. A lot of people were asking me like questions on how I did certain things, and TikTok doesn't really allow for the platform for really good communication between people. So, talking with several people, we got to talking about different hashtags. And I was like, well, nobody really uses. I mean, people use hashtags on TikTok, but they don't look through it like they do on Instagram, you know. But I did an experiment. I started putting I don't know where my dinosaur is. I started putting a little toy dinosaur in some of my videos, and I was the very first person to use the hashtag "Where is my dino?" And I was like, "Oh, this is really cool. I'm just gonna run with this." 2.5 weeks later, there's over 7,000 uses for that hashtag.
That's
Just because
insane.
some of the videos don't even have a dinosaur in it. People just see a popular video, see a hashtag, and be like, "You know what? I'm gonna use this,"
Yeah.
and they don't even care what it's for. It's very interesting to be able to see that from the outside without even have to look at analytics. Like it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's really crazy. Oh man. That's really crazy. That's really cool. I'll have to look at it too.
And it's funny. People keep asking me, what is the deal with the dinosaur? So me and my wife like to play pranks on each other. So one day I just so happened to be walking down the toy aisle and found this dinosaur. So I started hiding it like in her sock drawer and stuff like that. So when she'd open it, she'd freak out. Well, then she would have it for a week or two, and then I'd find it like in my sock drawer or in the fridge or something. And eventually, it just kept going back and forth for probably a good 6 months. We kept scaring each other with this little dinosaur.
Oh, dude. Well, that's really crazy. That's really cool though. And yeah, so you don't even need analytics for that, which is one of the craziest things. I was talking to a TikToker yesterday, and he was going through his analytics, and it was just days watched, or he did the math, and it was days watch like of his videos, and it was like 1,500 days.
It is insane. When I had my business Instagram for a while, and I was looking at the analytics for that, and which not a lot of people know this, but Instagram has caught on to TikTok. very well. So used to you'd have your regular account, your business account. Well, now Instagram has what's called a creator account, and they started implementing some of the analytics that TikTok has. But
Oh,
TikTok analytics are very, very, very in depth because you can see the majority of the country, the gender, the types of videos your followers are following, and even the times that they are most active. It is completely 100% built around you being able to build content for your followers.
that's cool. I did not know that.
You can look at a video, look at the amount of time it's been watched, how many times it's been shared, how many times that somebody has clicked on it. I mean, it is insane, which is weird to me that most of my followers are most active between 2 and 5 in the morning.
That's weird.
Like, shouldn't you be sleeping?
Yeah. That's really weird. So you were talking about your business launch. Did that was that successful? Did you get started?
So launching on Amazon isn't as easy as everybody makes the videos out to be.
Oh, dude,
It has
yeah.
been a 8 month process. We are on Amazon. We are live.
Cool.
It is very, very, very. I don't even know the word. It's very stressful.
Yeah. I,
Once you're launched, like you spend all this time working up to that point, and it launches, and it's like, okay, well, the work's still not done. You
right.
got to market, you got to add, but it's doing very well. We the first couple of days, is personal, family, friends, well, they're mainly the ones buying it, and then now we've actually really started getting organic people from like Chicago, New York, start seeing our sales come up a little bit, and we're pretty excited about it. I'm an avid outdoorsman as well. So a big thing with our company is that we are going to be donating a portion of our profits back to wildlife and
Oh,
national forest conservation.
that's amazing.
So me and my buddy, our big thing is I'm always trying to give back. Like people don't even realize it, but my videos a lot of the time are just because I enjoy making people happy. I enjoy making people laugh. So he came to me with this idea, and I was like, you know what, this is awesome. Like this is exactly what I want to do. I want to be able to give back, but also be able to provide something for somebody. And it's awesome.
That
Life's awesome right now.
that's cool, dude. That's really cool. And so with your videography business or just videography practice, I'm a big fan of that as well. And I was checking out some of your pictures, and they're stellar, dude.
Appreciate it. I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but the
So I
last few weeks I've really gotten with several other photographer groups within Houston, and we've just gone out and we just get together and we practice. We'll have a couple models come out there with us, and they'll get free pictures. We get practice, and honestly, a lot of it is stuff we see on TikTok. Like I want to go try this,
right.
and it's completely changed the way all of us. And it's it's an odd dynamic to watch people who have been doing a certain kind of photography and videography for so long, and then you group them together, and then everybody starts building on top of each other. So literally, me and about 6 other people have literally completely changed the way we've done videos and photos in the last month, and everybody is seeing like, what are y'all doing? I'm like, we're going out and practicing together. Like I might see something that they don't. They might know something about their camera that I don't know. We just start working with each other, and it's awesome. It's awesome. And I just with videography, like I said, I kind of got rubbed the wrong way. I was in the fitness community for a while, bodybuilding, and I started. I'm going to do videos. Like I could do this. This is awesome. That is a very stressful community. Everybody's on edge. Everybody's watching their calorie counts, and
Oh,
I I'm a very giving person, and I kind of got taken advantage of. So that's why I just quit for a while.
yeah.
But last summer, I picked the camera back up, started doing more lifestyle, outdoor type stuff, and I just love telling a story. I love being able to give somebody a video and be able to recall back on that,
Right.
But I won't be doing no weddings.
Right. Yeah, that's got to be really stressful because you got one chance. Like,
Oh,
oh,
that is it. You're filming for 8 hours for a 3 minute video, and no, I'm good.
yeah. But some of your pictures were like the long exposure ones where you get the like the laser type. I don't know what you'd call
So
that.
what that is, let me grab this. So what that is a wire whisk. You
Really?
put steel wool inside of it, and then we put magnesium pieces on the inside of that,
Okay.
and you spin it when you light it on fire, and those magnesium pieces are what throws the blue sparks, the heavy blue sparks out of it, and you run it at a low ISO and long exposure.
That's crazy. It's really
Yep.
dope.
We just started doing steel wool about 3 weeks ago. We've been practicing with it. You got to find like a really good location. Safety, it is hot metal. So,
Right.
uh, But I love it. We did some long exposure 2 nights ago of downtown Houston. I've got those photos I've been editing right now. We did the train and some passing traffic, and so we just like getting together and just going creating content, you know. And on my Facebook page, my Facebook group, I try to get other people involved as well. So like next month, I'm going to Austin, and there's 4 TikTokers on there who I'm gonna have group up with me, and we're all gonna go create content together. You know,
That's dope.
a lot of people have like simple issues that they can't get over, or like little edits that they don't really know how to do, and we talk about that and we collaborate throughout my group. What was crazy is 90% of most TikTokers are entrepreneurs. It is 100%. I've noticed it. There is very few people that just make funny videos or just make content. Like they do something else on the side. So you've got 5 or 6 TikTokers that are here together, but then you've got a real estate agent. You've got somebody that does photography. You got somebody that does uh, vending machines. I mean, it's crazy to bring all those dynamics together for one common purpose, but then also you're mutually collaborating between different markets.
Yeah.
It's like it just blows my mind.
Yep. Well, I got introduced because I'm a big fan of Gary Vaynerchuk. I got introduced to TikTok through that. He was like, you got to try this. And I was like, okay, I'll download it. So
Honestly, I think that was probably one of my. I remember seeing some of his videos about TikTok, and I was like, you know what? If Gary said it, it's got to be true. And man, his stuff on TikTok is hilarious. I
yeah.
love watching. It's like quick, short, to the point, inspirational. It's like get off your butt, do it. If not, oh well, the world will leave you behind. You know.
Yep.
There was a girl that reached out to me this morning. She was concerned that so one of her videos finally went viral. She's a makeup artist. She's been trying really hard. I've helped her out with some different content, and one of her videos finally went viral, but she didn't understand why people weren't following her. I was like, well, you know, like I've got one video right now that I just WorldStar just put on their page. I just sold it to WorldStar 3 weeks ago, and they put it on their page Valentine's Day. It's got over 6 million views.
That's
but
insane.
I don't even have 100,000 followers. Like, and I was trying to explain to her, she thought it was because she didn't have a high following count, and I was like, it is so much more in depth than that. This is not Instagram. uh, but I told her something like Gary always says. It's like if you're not constantly creating content for your followers, not for yourself, then no one's gonna follow you.
Right.
Like you got to create content for the people that are following you.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my favorite things about Gary is just like, hey man, you're gonna die. You're gonna die one day. So you might as well just do it and just keep doing it.
So I actually work full time still. I work shift work. So a lot of people aren't familiar with shift work, but I'll like work days one week and then nights the next, and it's always 12-hour shifts from 4 to 4. So about 5 years ago, I started trying to break out as an entrepreneur because of Gary Vee. Honestly, I was like, you know what, this dude's serious. Like 25 is not too late. I can still get up and get out of here and do it. And a lot of what he says is very true. It's a grind. It is 100% trying to break out. You know, I mean, you know, you're a podcaster yourself, and but man, it's not even like super deep and emotional. I watched a interview with him and Steve Harvey. Him and Steve Harvey, and Steve Harvey asked him a question. He goes, Gary, what is one book, if you could tell the audience, that they need to get to read to better themselves? He goes, okay, I'll spell it out for you. Google. Google. And I was like, I've been telling people this for years. 12-hour shift at work, you know, these iPhones or phones period are $1,000. Like you tell me you just play games and text people. I watch podcasts. I listen to podcasts. I watch YouTube videos. Like he's 100% true. I've literally taught myself how to trade stocks from YouTube.
Yep. Dude, it's a huge asset. YouTube's humongous. I love YouTube. I mean, I use it probably an hour a day, just either if I need to do something or if I want to passively listen to something. I use it all the time. And it's so useful.
Yeah, I tried the YouTube thing to make funny videos before I found out about TikTok. That didn't work out for me. This is a very, very saturated market. One of my other my most favorite YouTuber as well is David Dobrik.
Okay.
That dude there, he's very inspirational. Like it's crazy to watch somebody like him. Gary Vee's kind of the same way, and that's kind of why I follow the same kind of people. But David Dobrik, here you got somebody that makes millions of dollars. He hangs out with superstars, rappers. Like you see the people he's around. But then like one of his videos that really touched me was he turned back around this homeless guy that he had seen all the time, and he said something about never having Chipotle. The dude went and bought him a year worth of Chipotle, then bought him a van, And the dudes just sat there broke down crying eating Chipotle, and I was like, you know what, this is the kind of person I want to be. Like, this dude's got millions of dollars and he's still finding time to reach back out and be humble. Like,
Yeah.
between him and Gary Vee, if those were the same person, oh man,
Yep.
the world would crash.
That's incredible, dude. That's really. There's a lot of like. There was one guy who pretended to be homeless for a little while, and one guy had tried to help him, and then he reversed it, and he was like, "Hey, guess what? Since you were so kind, I want to help you." And he just reversed it, and I don't know. He gave him something, but it was
I
just
know
like
exactly who you're talking about.
I can't
There's that
remember.
guy. He goes around and he'll dress homeless
Mm-hmm.
to see people's reactions. Somebody didn't let him in a restaurant, and he turned around and bought the restaurant
No,
and became that dude's boss.
damn, I did not know that.
I find videos like that, and then like the car videos where somebody's like leaned up against a Lamborghini. Oh yeah, it's my car. You know, some girl comes up and she finds out it's not his and turns around and walks off.
Yeah.
Exposed.
Yep. Poser. That's really crazy. So when you create TikToks or anything like that, do you start with a clip, or do you just start with an idea either that's personal or something like that, or do you picture out like your own sounds?
What I do is first of all save all the sounds I think that I come up with a video. Like, so if it's in my head, I can't always. You're never gonna have time to film everything right when it comes to your mind. So I save all my sounds, and then I literally have a TikTok list in my phone, like of ideas that either I can film later, or it's like it comes to me now, so I'm gonna write it down. And if you don't do that, you're gonna lose out on your content. Or a lot of stuff is just on the fly.
Yeah.
Like I said, my wife yesterday was making fun of me about the toilet, and you know what? I got the perfect sound for this. And then as soon as I got home that night, I made it and then put it on TikTok, and there you go. So some of the stuff's on the fly, and then some of the stuff, like I've got a bunch of drafts right now that I'm waiting on to finish because I just haven't had the right timing to finish out the video. Like one I'm working on right now for like 3 months. So we started in Canada. It's a little snap finger vacation video, but I won't finish that till August
That's
because
insane.
we're going to Switzerland in August, and I want to finish it on top of the Swiss Alps. So
Oh,
it's a very dynamic. You get the stuff that comes to your mind right now. You've got the list that you have you can film later, and then you've got the really long stuff, which is the drafts.
yeah.
And it's a combination of all of it. Like it seems like a lot to keep up with, but once you get into the rhythm, it's not.
That's crazy, man. That's really cool. Have you ever been to Switzerland before?
I have not.
Oh, dude, it looks beautiful.
It is. I had a friend of mine go last year during the summer, and man, I was like, you know what, we're going there. And I actually made it. I got a lot of hate on this video too. I made the video about travel and how to travel for free, and we're going with our flights completely paid for.
That's insanity. That I did
Or,
see that one, and it was, dude, it was really useful and it was practical. You just do it and you just sign up for it.
but people, you're
They,
like, you're still paying your bills. You still got to pay the interest on the card. I'm like, if you pay your card off every month, you don't have any interest. And
yeah,
they're like, well, nothing's free. I'm like, actually, this is actually pretty free. I do it all the time.
dude, I saw that and I was like, I'm gonna do it because it was so useful. Like, you just don't think about it.
I read an article one time that said Americans miss out, I think, like $7.2 million worth of free travel every year just because they don't sign up for rewards programs.
That's insane. I believe it.
I mean, I save so much money. Like me and my wife, like we make a moderate income and we travel all the time. And it's because she's got rewards miles built up to United. I've got some through Capital One, and then we just, man, it's. I got a lot of hate on that video, and I was like, eventually, I got tired of commenting back, and then thankfully, my followers picked up the slack, and they started telling me.
Good. That I saw you went to. So you said you were going to Thailand, Phuket. Is that how you pronounce it?
I'm going to Phuket in March, or
And
actually 2 weeks. Yeah,
and I went through. I saw your Instagram, and you had been there previously. Was it that cool that you went
I've
twice?
been to Phuket once. I've been to Bangkok once,
Okay.
and Phuket was for my honeymoon. We actually went to 5 different countries for my honeymoon. That's another thing people don't take advantage of when they do long flights across the other side of the country. No, sorry, country as the world. I like to do long layovers. I look for the long layovers. So when we were on our way back from Phuket, we had like a 19-hour layover in Singapore. So we got out. We went to Gardens on the Bay. Like Gardens on the Bay is like a staple. Like some people always want to go there. So we got up on the catwalk, seen the light show, and I didn't have to pay to a flight for the country. I just had a layover. You know,
That's
so
dope.
like when we're going to Thailand this time, it's actually for a buddy of mine's bachelor party. We're going, and then on the way back, we got a 13-hour layover in Qatar, and it's one of the most beautiful lit up cities at night. So we're gonna get out and go tour the city. And like I said, originally we were supposed to be in China, going to go see the Great Wall.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I love Thailand. Thailand, the people are nice, the water's beautiful, and it's cheap. People don't realize like a plane ticket to Vegas will cost you $500. That's just the plane ticket. Thailand, I'm going for a week with a plane ticket and hotel stay for $1,100.
Dang, I did not know that.
It is insanely cheap, like a whole
That's
week.
yeah, that's insane, dude. I went to Las Vegas. It was probably 2 years ago. I left that Sunday at after that shooting, so it was really bizarre. So it was like I left that morning, and then people hadn't known that I had returned, and then I got phone call after phone call about 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. after that shooting, and it was really crazy. It was really scary. Like,
Yeah, man, it's just the world we live in nowadays,
yeah, it
Uh,
was.
but you can't let it stop you. Like, everybody's telling me, "Oh, you don't want to go this side of the world, coronavirus." I'm like, the flu changes every couple of years and kills how many people. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna live my life like that. I'm just gonna get out and do. And that's another thing people don't do enough of in their 20s. Like, I know, understand a lot of people are trying to just come up, trying to get jobs, college, but you got to just get out of the house, get off the video game, get out. And there's a lot of people ask me about some of my content. They're like, how do you come up with all these ideas? I'm like, I've gotten out. I've done a lot. Like, if I could sit here and write down a list of everything I've done since I graduated high school, it would blow some people's minds. Like, I've spent time in the military. I've traveled overseas several times. I'm a licensed boat captain. I can legally go and run a charter offshore if I wanted to. Like, I'm so random with the things I've done, and but it's built me up to perfectly run to my TikTok because I have all these experiences.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, your TikTok is funny fit. It's funny underscore fit. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, and then your Instagram is just it's longron09.
Yes,
Okay,
and that's
cool.
the thing. Actually, I reached out to the person that owns the Funny Fit Instagram. They're
Okay,
from like Switzerland or something like that, and I haven't got a call or reply back. It looks like they haven't been on in a while, but I'm trying to actually get the username to tie it back into my TikTok
good
because
move.
TikTok is their new app, so they're very sketchy on some of the things they do. I've seen them just straight up ban people, no questions asked. There was a guy that had almost 1 million followers. Boom, gone. Get up to almost 200K. Boom, gone again. They did it to him twice.
Mm,
So it's very smart for if a popular TikToker is listening to this right now, make a backup account. All your videos saved to your phone anyways, if unless you turn that off. I'm gonna try to get my Instagram, a backup Instagram with all the videos I have on my TikTok.
ooh, yeah, yeah.
A lot of people don't want to follow TikTok and download another social media app, but they're already on Instagram, so they'll follow it.
Right.
So that's what my goal is. And with the funny fit, I've had a few questions about that. Like, well, is that just like fitness, or if I'm like, it's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
If it's funny, it's a funny fit. What's a funny fit? What's up to you? I'm not sure.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, and you get to create multiple accounts which gets more reach too.
So that's something I asked about yesterday. A friend of mine, Nick Luciano, he's out of Dallas. He's got a very specific Western niche, like very, very specific. So he tries most of his TikTok videos are like country based.
Okay.
He's a engineer for the military. Um, but I was talking to him because he started his business account, and like I said, TikTok's very touchy. So I'm like very iffy on what I do and people have been saying that if you have two accounts on your phone, like they're going to lower your for you rating.
Oh.
But it's so new. There's not enough forums to reach out for help.
Mhm.
So everything's trial and error right now. So I'm writing down everything I'm doing, watching everything I'm doing. Even saying a curse word, the first time I did it in my TikTok, I was sitting here like, all right, are they gonna take it down? What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
There was a girl that I had in my Facebook group yesterday that had an issue with 0 views in like 45 minutes, and I was like, let me take a look at your video, see what's going on here. And that's another thing I like to do. People sometimes reach out to me. There's a guy, Jeff Coral or whatever. He does this all the time, but content reviews. I'll take a look at somebody's page, tell them where they're lacking, what they need to do, where their flow's at. Well, she had basically a shrunken head, just a picture of a shrunken head. And I looked at it and I was like, I immediately thought, like TikTok's probably seeing this as a severed head. And then they're probably not letting you on the For You page. But you turn around and there's half naked girls posting all over the place. And then you've got like I have a friend of mine, Cosmic Katie is her TikTok. Amazing artist, amazing. Like she does these makeups that are just blows your mind. And it's all body paint, and she'll do from like right here up, and they just start banning half her videos all of a sudden for violating the community guidelines, which are also very gray area.
Yeah. Interesting. So yeah, I've noticed a few things along that line. Like I was gonna insert Samuel L. Jackson into one of my videos, and he's like, "You want to play games, motherfucker?" And so then I think they did his text to speech, analyzed what he said, and he used games. And then they had like the Super Mario song next to it, and then another game song next to it, and another. So they applied the songs to the text that he said. Have you seen anything like that?
A few times, like I said, it's sometimes they'll allow stuff like that, and sometimes they won't.
Right.
Take a sound for instance. The one I used yesterday, disrespect your surroundings. I was making an audio for it's my Bang video, the video where I'm like rubbing glasses for like Monster and Bang. I was making the sound for that using that sound and another one, and I put it together. I put it on my page, made it private because if you put it on your page, make it private, then you can use the sound, but
Okay.
nobody else can see it. So that's how you up. That's how I was uploading my personal sounds and reusing them for videos for TikTok because I could line the time up right.
Okay.
That was one of the very first TikToks I made is on how to make custom sounds. But they denied it. They said the music was copyrighted, but I'm like, it's all over TikTok.
Right.
And I tried several times and I tried reaching back out to I've never ever got an email from customer support back from TikTok. That's why I said the dynamic is so iffy. You never know what they're going to be okay with and what they're not going to be okay with. I'm not sure who runs it or how they do it.
Yeah, I think it's based out of China. I think
Singapore, actually.
Singapore. Oh my God. Yeah.
So I
So
think they also
good luck.
co-own Byte. Uh, it was a huge merger when they created TikTok. It was Vine and Music Lily.
Yep.
So everybody that had a Music Lily account kept their account.
Yeah.
So it transferred over.
Did you ever mess with it musically, or was it strictly just jumped on TikTok?
I downloaded it and I tried it a few times, and I was like, you know what? I fell into the stigma, as Gary Vee would say, the stigma of, you know what? I'm probably too old for this. I probably shouldn't be doing this.
Yep.
But I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then as I've gotten older, I'm like, you know what? I don't care what anybody says. The same people that told me to quit making TikTok videos because I'm an idiot are the same people who are like, hey, how do I do this?
Yeah. Dude, you get that a lot.
A ton, man.
Yeah.
It happens. When I first started bodybuilding, it did the same thing. People are like, oh, you're not gonna be able to do that. You're not gonna be able to. And then a year later, like, hey, like, how do you count your macros?
Yeah. It became a huge thing. Yeah. I remember like I was big into fitness from like I was in sports a lot, so I did it from like 8th grade, and nobody lifted weights really, and then started lifting weights probably 8th grade till like 23, and everybody just like there was this weird curve that just sloped up, and everybody loved like fitness, which is great. I'm not mad at it, but it was just this weird thing. Like everybody, there was judgment involved.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then I came from a really small town in Texas originally, so when I go home, like there is not that many people that stayed in the fitness community. But as they gotten closer to 30, they've had kids. It's like, hey, I should probably watch this a little more. And then now those are the same people that are reaching back out for advice. And it's like,
Yep.
we didn't want to worry about it when you were younger, and now you're okay.
Yep.
Whatever.
And so you're in Houston. Have you heard anything about the Astros? I'm not a big baseball fan, or do you catch anything like just word on the street
So
in Houston?
I'm also one of those people that just stay out of like all the hearsay.
Right.
Working shift work, you tend to, unless you're really like passionate about something, it's hard to keep up with everything. I made the video about talking about Dallas Cowboys being shit. And people are like, oh, well, who's your team? I'm like, I really don't have a team. I just watch football. But same with the Astros. Like, I mean, look at Lance Armstrong. People still are going to look at him the same way. I mean, look at Tom Brady. Like that lasted what, a whole 6 months, and then this is the same thing. It's gonna blow over, and then the Astros will be just fine.
Yeah. Agreed.
It's just hype right now. Like somebody even told me I had an Astros shirt on in one of my videos. Like, how dare you wear that right now? I'm like, okay. In 6 months, you don't even remember what they said on that news article. So
Yeah. Yeah, it might be overblown.
oh, most definitely. Everything nowadays is overblown. People take too much to heart. People just let it roll off your back.
Yeah.
Everybody be a lot happier.
And most of the time, either like someone says something, I've seen a lot of people just get blowback for saying something silly and it's purposely silly. And then people take it personally and just apply themselves. Like
Dude,
you probably get a lot of it with that.
TikTok is a app. TikTok is not Instagram. It is not Facebook. It is its own platform for making either creative, funny. Nobody follows content for tutorials like they do on like YouTube for TikTok. Everything is funny based.
Yep.
I see the most hate from profiles with nobody's face, no attachment, no content, and I hate to say it, but stay-at-home moms. I get a ton of crap from stay-at-home moms. I
Really?
don't know if this is just these people who aren't getting out in the world, aren't socializing with other people, and they just take everything to heart. I'm not sure, but I see it a lot, and it's like I try to hold my tongue a lot of the time because a lot of the time my followers will pick up the slack for me, and, which is really nice. Um, but sometimes I just have to stop and be like, you know what, like and I'm the person that's not going to be rude. What I what I do is I hit them back with kindness. I'll follow them and then I'll message them and be like, hey, if there's a real issue here, let's resolve this. They don't know how to handle that.
Yeah.
People don't know how to handle somebody like not lashing back out. It's very, I think it's funny. I find it fun because I'd rather talk to somebody than argue with them.
Yeah, well, it's really abnormal behavior, like in internet. So like you return with kindness. So that happened to me one time too. So this guy had commented, I don't know, something horrible or something like that. So I went to his page and he happened to, I think he was just a pianist or something like that. So I went to his pianist page. He had a tutorial or like just a song he had done, and I just commented positively. It was just like, hey, yeah, this is a great video. Hey, thanks. Like this was cool.
They don't know how to react. They
Yeah.
don't know what to do. Like the same thing with a guy on one of my videos. He was saying some stuff about me being wrong and all this stuff, and I don't really remember what I said. I remember when I said it back, and he was just like, "Oh, well, I didn't really think of it like that." And I was like, "Oh, it's no worries. If you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out." And half the time I don't get replies back because these people just don't know what to do. Uh, but one of the craziest things I've noticed about TikTok is how having a little number next to your name can completely change the way people look at you. Like 3.5 months ago, nobody knew who I was. Now I walk into my HEB and like everybody looks at me and like starts pointing fingers and like, oh, that's so and so. Oh, that's so. It's like I'm the same person in here buying eggs that was here 3.5 months ago. Now y'all want to notice me, Uh, but what I've seen it the most is like when I go to somebody's page and I'll like a video or they'll comment on my like what I really first started doing was when people duet my videos, if it's a decent duet, I'm gonna go look at the content. I'm gonna look at stuff, and I'm like, oh, hey, thanks for the duet, And people freak out, like, oh my god, they commented on my stuff. Oh my god, I'm like, does nobody go back and watch their stuff?
Yeah.
And that's when I picked up on what some people are doing with TikTok. Like, there's a way to make money on TikTok, and I understand that. But when I saw, and I made this is the video I made for the TikTok I made for this, I was so outraged. You can hear it in my voice. Like I was having a hard time putting my words together. I saw a girl on TikTok who was posting, what was it, whatever presents is what you get when you're in live. I don't ask for them, but yeah, or gifts, yeah, gifts
Okay.
for follow.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if you pay me, I'll follow you back. So
Oh.
you know what? I'm gonna take interest in this. I'm gonna go take a look at it. And about this time, I had about 50,000 followers. So I clicked on it. I'm watching. She's literally just laid in her bed, sweater, watching TV, keeps looking over. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'll follow you back. So I was like, hey, with content engagement, how do you keep your followers engaged? And I'll ask content creation questions and I'll get completely ignored versus somebody that's calling somebody pretty. And I'll call people out. I do it all the time. And when I saw that, and I was like, you know what? You're literally here. Like, you should just go back to OnlyFans. Like, this is
Yeah.
terrible. Like, this is not what TikTok is for. This is not the kind of person I want to be. And what's crazy is my likes to following ratio is like not normal. It's way off.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see that she had like almost 200,000 followers and like not even a million likes, and so I was like calling her out and I was telling her, look, like my content engagement's here, there, and then she was basically just being very rude. And I was like, nah, this isn't the kind of person I want to be. I can't believe people are like this. And then that's when I made my. It was like 2:30 in the morning. I got up. I was like, I got to put this out there. I got to let people know who I am, what I'm about, and I'm not going to stand for this. Like you can hear it in my voice. I was like cracking as I was saying. I was like, I can't believe people are like this. Like this is terrible.
Yeah. I'll check that one out. I hadn't seen that one.
Yeah, it's I'm wearing like a blue kind of hoodie type shirt, and it's
Let
I
me see.
literally what did I say? I was like, I may see who comment. I read every single comment. Like I read every single comment. I may not if a video is going viral, I may not be able to respond to every single comment, but I read every single comment. If I have to sit down, my wife will get aggravated with me sometimes. Is I'll be in bed for 3 hours reading comments, responding back. Like
That's awesome though.
it's my job. Like as a content creator, it's your job to make sure that your followers being heard. Like, could you imagine like how would you feel if you commented like a decent comment, not just like, oh hey, cool, or hey, that's cool, but like an actual engagement question and it never got answered. Like you start questioning yourself, does this person not like me? Does this person like is this person rude? Like it's your job as a content creator to be engaged with your fans.
Yeah. And you said that's not what TikTok is for. I've noticed like when celebrities jump on TikTok, I just don't care. I just don't care as much. Like I saw who was it? It was like Reese Witherspoon do it. And I was like, "Oh, you just want the following. You're not trying to engage us or make me laugh at all." And so that's one of the biggest things I think with TikTok is like there's a merit to it and there's no sponsored ads as much and it's nice and you can everybody has access and if you're humorous and you can engage the people and you can create just a funny clip or something like that, dude, you win already.
What's awesome is actually I made a video about this. Every time I see something real life, I'm like, oh, I want to make a video about it. I tried being an Instagram influencer for years. It is terrible. And nothing excites me more than being on TikTok and seeing somebody who was a nobody and like didn't have that look and persona get on TikTok and be a star versus somebody. And I've got this I follow this person specifically to watch her content because it's hilarious to watch somebody who's got 60, 70,000 followers on Instagram, but doesn't know how to put a video together. Like you're seeing a lot of these people who have done like photos and very still shots, and that's great. That's not going to work for TikTok. You've
Nope.
got to be more creative, and you're finding out very quickly who is real and who isn't. And I made a video about it. I think it's hilarious because a lot of us were like that. Like we have a creative mindset, but we don't have this outlet, and TikTok has literally provided the outlet. But speaking on celebrities, if you're not following Will Smith, which I know he's got somebody making his videos, his stuff is very cool.
Yeah.
They do some really outrageous stuff with his content. It's not just somebody popping on there. Like he's funny. And then of course Kevin Hart and The Rock are hilarious.
Yep. I'm a huge fan of Kevin. He has his Netflix documentary is about him and his family and all of his pitfalls, and it's like the realest thing I've ever seen. Where like, and he signed off on it. It was just like some behind the scenes footage of him drunk and all kinds of stuff. And I was like, dude, I can't believe you did that.
Like
But it was respectful.
him and The Rock both are like two of those celebrities I like to follow who you can tell have stayed who they are. Like they're gonna be who they are. They don't care what nobody else thinks. Like, and they're just hilarious. I remember they were filming the movie Central Intelligence. They were literally like on each other's Instagrams. Like he's like, I'm filming my movie, and it's got like The Rock in the background. He's like, well, I'm filming my movie. No, it's my. And like you can see the cross content all the time, and then the Photoshop stuff that they do, like with The Rock holding a baby and it's Kevin Hart's head. Like you can see, like they'll do like reaction videos, and I know these people. And there's a video. There's an Instagram called The Fakening.
Okay.
Uh, this dude uses 3D technology and does the face overs. Well, he put Kevin Hart's face on it was like Gary Coleman, and like did like a whole 3 minute video of what you're talking about, Willis. I was crying. I was literally crying. And you saw Kevin Hart commented on it. He was doing the same. He's like, I don't even know what to say. Like it's hilarious. But when I see stars like that, they're still engaging with followers. They're still engaging with normal everyday people, and that's the kind of stuff I like to see.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, Kevin Hart and The Rock had one. I think The Rock was Santa Claus, and then Kevin was an elf, and it was just like
Oh,
they
I know
used it.
exactly what
They
you're
used
talking
the
about.
they used the app for like what the app's for, which is appropriate. Not Reese Witherspoon showing me Beyonce's signature line, and I was just like, oh, feel
Yeah,
taken.
there's a girl I went to high school with. She's got a very high following on Instagram. When I saw she had a TikTok, I purposely followed her just to watch. I don't want to say I'm gonna watch somebody fail, but I was
Right.
watching just to see, all right, what is this person really like? And it's like,
Right.
oh, you don't know how to put a 15-second clip together. This is hilarious. I'm gonna keep watching it. As
Yep.
rude as that is to sound, but I mean, for the rest of us that weren't able to do that with Instagram, like this is awesome. And to watch other people who basically weren't friendly try to do it and can't. I don't want to say karma is karma, but karma is karma.
Right. One of my concerns about TikTok, not even a concern, but it's just a different app. You got to be kind of you can't be in the doctor's office watching TikToks. You know what I mean? So you got to be kind of home, or at least in the car.
AirPods,
What's that? Oh yeah,
AirPods.
I guess so. I guess you're right.
I have my AirPods stay with me at all times
That's a good point.
because of TikTok.
Yep.
You can't really, and that's one thing too. Like with Instagram, like a lot of people, everybody drives and texts. Everybody's on their phone. I mean, you can sit there and scroll, but with TikTok, you have to watch that screen. It's a video. Like it keeps you engaged. Uh, but it's so addicting. Like it's going to be very interesting to watch the next couple of years exactly what they do at TikTok. Hopefully, they get more consistent with the community guidelines and the way they ban people. But I really think is I know me personally, and I've talked to several other people who are a little more popular creators. We are only posting on Instagram and Facebook now to keep some sort of content there, but we don't even mess with those apps anymore. Like
Yeah.
we don't mess with it. We don't touch them. Like we completely stay on TikTok because it keeps you so engaged.
Yeah. Well, I saw that happen from Snapchat. Snapchat's user interface was like personal, and you could use it for friends. And then Instagram just copied it, and that user interface was really good for videos. And then TikTok's user interface has been the best that I've seen because you can insert text and then do the duration of the text, and it's just like, dude, you barely need any sort of video software anymore.
And that was the craziest. That was what blew my mind when I was going through which I really wish on TikTok the effects, if they would just write a little word underneath what that thing does.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm clicking and hitting the savers, and I'm like, there's hundreds of video effects. Like
Yep.
you never know what you're going to use. But as a videographer, going through all that, I'm like, I can literally do everything from this that I was doing on my computer.
Yeah.
Like this is insane. And it's crazy to watch like some of us that really pay attention to little details like that with the Snapchat story, the Instagram stories. You have Instagram TV. You've got at one point Instagram, they didn't quite have it figured out yet, but when it was scrolling through the page, you were scrolling, it'd be a photo, and you start hearing audio, and you're like, what is going on with this? And it was already playing the audio from the next video down. So that was an inclination to they're going to start doing full screen because the full screen right now is engaged. Even though I'm not fully on that video, it already started playing it. Me and somebody else picked up on that and we're like, oh, and then now you're having full screen. You're not having to cut down your text anymore. The pictures are fitting to fit the screen more. I don't know. I find stuff like that. All right, I see what they're doing. They're coming with this. Like everybody's gonna copy everybody, but I don't know. Besides the analytics, I don't know how Facebook and Instagram or Snapchat. Well, Snapchat can already add the effects, but I don't know how they're going to keep up with TikTok. Like there was a podcast interview I watched actually on TikTok from another guy I follow. You have Facebook and Instagram are completely themselves. They don't share nothing with nobody. You're not able to share it. Like Instagram will share it with Facebook, and Facebook will share it with Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok allows everything. I can literally hit a button and I can send it to a text. I can save the video. I can download it. I can send it directly to Facebook, directly to Instagram. It literally is the platform for sharing it at any moment. And then it already watermarks the video so you don't have to worry about whose content this is. It is the most smartest idea I've ever seen. And I see the same thing in TikTok's going to be a really big thing for musicians. I've already been seeing it. A lot of people already have, up and coming artists putting their songs on TikTok and then having people try to do like challenges with the song to get it to go viral.
Yep.
Roxanne is the perfect example. In August of last year, we'll say the month before, July, it had barely any downloads on Apple Music or iTunes. In August, it had 1 million because it went viral on TikTok. Everybody's hearing this sound, and then boom, this person just took off. So when I see people copyright their music on TikTok to stop from other people using it, I'm like, you are completely messing up. Yeah, there's a bunch of free they're using what, a 15-second clip of your song. It's not the whole song, but they are completely messing up when they do that.
Yeah, you're adding a governor to your content. Like it's not gonna, you can't spark like that.
No, unless you're Disney, because Disney's done cut about three of my videos. They're catching on pretty quick.
Yeah, Disney's crazy. Disney's a whole other animal. Like when it comes to content.
Yeah, I'm 90 days in now, but the amount of different ways to view TikTok, the interfaces, the seeing people, the way they engage between sounds, the type of actual content creators from the dynamic is so crazy. Like I don't know how anybody else is going to keep up with it. Like I can hunt the I need more coffee. I can 100% say that it should take over as the most popular app. Besides, Facebook's mainly business marketing. Their analytics and stuff like that is great. I buy stuff on Facebook all the time. But as the major social media platform, I see in the next 5 years, TikTok's number one. It's got to be. There's no way to keep up with the amount of downloads, use. I mean, even the people that I've gotten addicted to now, this girl I have on Facebook, I even mentioned something to her last night. All she does now is repost TikToks to her Facebook.
Yep.
That's all she's doing now. Every person I know that has even downloaded the app is 100%. I don't even watch TV anymore.
Nope.
We even talked about the other day cutting our cable because we'll turn the TV on and then sit on TikTok.
Yeah. It's crazy. So the shareability and the resistance to that, because yeah, I think that's so important because I post videos that I just find funny or they're relevant and I just put them on Instagram because it's such an easy way to have an Instagram story. And then I can put my content in there too.
Yeah, like the podcast had said, like they completely unrestricted the shareability for TikTok, but they watermarked everything. Mm-hmm. Instagram and Facebook's very, very like, hey, this is us. We're staying over here. We're staying with us. But you've seen with that and the way the sounds are used with music and other things that the shareability of it has caused it to completely go viral. I mean, I forgot how many billions of downloads it had last year, and the fact that you don't have to create content. Instagram, like you pretty much have to have a profile picture. There's a way to track the person, which that's another thing I kind of don't like about TikTok. Like you can have a completely blank profile and just I have no idea who this person is following. Which when I do my live Q&As, all my Q&As are basically who are you, where are you from, and what do you like to do for fun? Because I have no idea who my followers are. But the shareability of the app, man, when I first hit that button to share and I looked at it, I was like, all right, I can send a message. I can download it. I can save it. I can put it in my favorites. I can send it to Instagram. I can send it to Facebook. I'm like, I don't even know where to start.
Right.
And they knew exactly what they were doing when they did it.
Yeah. I wholeheartedly agree, man. I think TikTok, I use it. I used to be Instagram, like all for Instagram. I went from Snapchat to Instagram and I was like, this is the best thing in the world. And then TikTok came and it's just like, oh, dude, wildfire. I was like, this is totally a game changer.
There's so much creativity on there. Like, I completely, and I will 100% say this, my life has completely changed since TikTok. 100%. Yeah. I look at things differently. Me and my wife will be walking around and we'll like pop off little comments from TikTok, like, oh, this should be hitting different, it's completely changed the way we even live our lives. And it's crazy how just a small little square box on your phone can completely change, but it's the outreach. Yep. It's literally the creative outreach. And I keep using the word creative, but like, I'm a very I do a lot. I do have a lot of different hobbies. I like to be engaged, and the amount that's on TikTok, it blows my mind. I can't keep up with it. Like the photography, the videography, the people doing. There's one guy I follow, Tommy. What's Tommy's last name? I don't know. He's a popular creator. He goes around does interviews with people, random interviews.
Oh, is he a skinny young man?
Yeah, skinny white guy, whatever.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought just to walk around with a microphone and be like, hey, do you find me attractive? All right, we'll walk off. Or, just that's such a cool idea, like why not do it? And then people have actually turned around and started doing that. But now you've got people out in public engaging with other people. Like, I don't think people realize exactly what TikTok is doing to the social status of everything. You're having people who thought they were shy, don't want to talk to anybody. Now they're getting out in public, making videos, reaching out to other people. Like, I get excited when I talk about it because I enjoy like people coming together, like the next 5 years, the whole society as a game is going to be game changed. Like I just 100% believe it.
Yep. I agree, man. But so I gotta get out of here. I really appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much. And can I have your TikTok handle one more time? It's funny fit,
Funny underscore fit.
funny underscore fit, and then long run 09
Yeah,
at
that's my
Instagram.
last name, and then '09 because I'm old. I graduated in '09.
That's not old, man. Um, but yeah, thank you so much, man. And I'll put all that in the show notes too. And I deeply appreciate it, man. I had a lot of fun.
Oh, same here, man. I look forward to talking to you again.
Yep. Thank you, man.